fact, as usual, I need to put in the live stream comment. Different live stream comment link, because that is unfortunately the way that is. Pop out the chat. Chat YouTube. And of course I did it wrong. Okay. Brilliant. I should really put this mouse over here so that I don't confuse the two like I usually do. Now, let's keep going. Let's get this thing done. This. Click this. Click there. 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 And there. And so on, and so forth. And this is where it's kind of gets screwed up, so I'm going to close that up. Ambient Light Kit Master. So what I need is the camera. Excuse me. Jesus. Keyboard check. That is what I need now. Let me also probably pull up the proper chat. So that I can get the proper stuff. I guess my previous streams were public. Jenko, hello. I'm back. Nothing like homemade burgers to complement your diet. Now then, if I can sit my ass down. And okay. You ordered a huge salad today for the first time. From McDonald's? That's also a big thing. Oh. No way, somebody actually followed me. Up. What was it? Fwiller. Haha. You finally pulled the trigger on that follow button. Alright. So I think for the most part I'm actually ready to finally outfit this this thing, this level, with the proper mask. You know what? You know what I actually also need? Okay. So I'm also going to be doing some tracing here, so... Tracker. So if picked is true, we're gonna draw a line color from XY to mouse X, mouse Y, so I can see the intersections of the color there. So C white, C white. The song reminds me of the Star Wars Mesh. Star Wars Duel of Fate. Ooh. Wait, what do you mean Imperial March? Hold on a second. Let me actually listen to that. I remember actually, I wrote this song in high school as a soundtrack for a film that I never shot. You know. So, this was actually inspired by one of the Assassin's Creed one of the Assassin's Creed games, the soundtrack for one of them. Because, like, Jasper Kidd is my topmost favorite composer. He wrote the music for MDK, Hitman series up to, like, Absolution, Assassin's Creed series up to Revelations. He did half of that. Lots of games that I like. Let me see. Just gonna mute this for a second. Ain't no copyright strikes gonna be playing on my thing. Duel of Fates. Okay, so maybe a bit. It kind of has connotations and there's similarities. Okay, I think that should be it. You know how I make Willer sound like some boss dude? I can say this. Yo, man, Willer... Okay, not like that, obviously. I can say, Willer sponsors half of my Patreon funds. Don't mind the fact that it's only $2, but it's half of my Patreon funds are sponsored by Willer. It's like when you have 10 subscribers or like 5 subscribers and somebody unsubscribes is like, I lost a fifth of my subscriber base. Oh man. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, so realistically, I don't even need to be all that precise. I just need like general corners. So let's go ahead and kind of do just that. What? What? Where is this from? This does not look legit. Also, don't do that. And that's something that I commented on a long time ago. That I... Actually, this is actually pretty cool. Never mind. How do I not follow the answers to this question anymore? Hide this notification, mute, Terry Pop, turn off reply updates. Here we go. Okay, this is actually pretty cool stuff that I sometimes follow. People get these development boards, like this was an Intel development board, and they make like tiny consoles with like running emulators. So these screens you can buy like for like $3, which is amazing. Right, put a couple buttons. Play Mario. I really like these kinds of projects. There's Raspberry Pi Zero, which basically does the same thing, and he put it in a freaking peppermint box, which is amazing. Now wires all of that stuff up. Really cool stuff. I love it. Never seen an Apple Micro. And yes, this is a custom editor for... It's just in-game editor then for creating lights. Okay, I guess we'll do that now. they're saved to a .save data. So they're saved to a buffer. When you use buffer underscore save, it saves it to a proprietary file for that binary file. Speaking of which, when I was talking to GM Wolf on last stream, he was talking about whatchamacallit? He was talking about loading audio files into buffers, which is something that's interesting. And this was basically for figuring out things like delay and reverb effects using buffers. How hard is it to load in an audio file in GameMaker Studio using a buffer? Because now with WAV files, I think WAV files are pretty well documented. So there's pretty much almost no mystery to the way they're structured. MP3 would be useful. I'd be down to try it MP3. You gotta figure out encoding with MP3. With WAV files is pretty straightforward since it's not compressed. That's why I figured I'd suggest WAV. Okay. Willer's not hosting me. Oh, as in like my Ah, no, I haven't set up notifications for that. Damn it. Who knew somebody would actually be rehosting my stuff? Pepe! Long time. No chat. Long time indeed. Oh, man. Whoops. I'm kind of starting to nitpick this stuff. That's alright. Don't worry about it. Work is work. Man, I gotta say, this is actually, even though this is still manual labor, this is actually much more enjoyable than the shenanigans I had to do before this. Much more enjoyable. This is another game. This is not Wayholm. The last time you were in the stream, I was working on the concept art for Wayholm. But every time I start working on the actual game, I come to the realization just how much help I need with 3D animations. 100% I cannot settle for the stuff that I can do myself. Like, rigging is my big problem, so to speak. I can't rig stuff for shit. It is my Achilles heel. And it's not like rigging is easy. Rigging in itself is like an entire separate career that you can study for, right? So I need to basically launch a project that will allow me to hire somebody to do animation. So for now, I'm working on Artag Rise because it's the closest project that I have to completion at this point. Wow. Hey. Yesterday, in the stream, I had like 2 Germans, okay? So, don't start about like picking favorites, alright? I'm up for anything. so used to Netherlands because of the game I played. Oh man, I'm so used to Netherlands because of a game I played. It's like just bringing the entire culture of a people into like one single statement. Hearts of Iron 2, World War II Simulator. Good. Pepe, by the way, my name is Miles. Pierre is referring to Pierre Mayhem, which is the IP I used to release dance music. You know, producer name, basically. Okay, here we go. Damn right. Milo the Magnificent. Fetch me my carriage, sire! So let me concentrate on the bottom part first. I know. In reality, I just made this game. It's like a coloring game. It's a digital coloring book, and I'm just sitting here, twiddling my thumbs, playing this game. Now, who's the sucker? Me for playing it, or you for watching me playing it? See, asking the right questions. Well, at least good thing it classifies as entertainment. That's good. Oh man, I just had some delicious homemade burgers. Southpaw wants me to trade me my burgers for unspecified compensation. Pepe, so in the end, basically, except for what's his face, Jenko, none of us ate healthy today, cause he had a big ass salad. At least we're on the same page with our life choices. I was gonna work out tonight, but fuck it. Well, there goes Southpaw's day. I had my motivations until I came to the stream. I had my motivations until I saw the host of this live stream. And then I thought, well, maybe I'm not so bad. Here we go. Alright. Oh, whoops. A motivation to look like Milo. You're setting your bar low there, bud. Why would you want to look like a homeless immigrant? Jogs fun. Yeah, jogs are fun. I have a route around the neighborhood. It's like it's a 4-kilometer jog, but I do it almost every day. At least I did until I got like really nauseated one morning when I had a jog the night before, and it was like all full out. It was like no eating after 6, no, you know, no heavy carbs, not a lot of sugary foods, and you know, then it's like my body's like, what are you doing? Stop it! How about some nausea, you asshole? Give me some sugar. And I'm like, shit, I gotta slow down. All this healthy stuff is making me unhealthy. Fuck, that corner is terrible. That's okay. We can do it. There thankfully aren't that many ambient levels to be doing all of this stuff on. Could I show the lighting system in action? Yes, I could. As soon as I finish this, I am literally working on the lighting of this scene right now. lighting system works. I have a beautiful scene set up. It's just, I really need to finish this because I can't, like, do it halfway and then cancel it. And because Jenko is gonna prove that to you, because he knows. I know you sent me the project thing, but I've been working on the system for a very long time already. So it's just, you know, maybe I'll find a point sometime at some point to actually go ahead and look into that. But for now, I need to get some progress, like tangible progress done. Something that I can put in the video and put it on the social media. Because I can't put code on social media, alright? Only programmers will appreciate code. And not even all of them, because most of them actually know how to code. And they'll probably ridicule it more than compliment. Or enjoy, for that matter. So I need to quickly do this. Because the project is just an essay to see how I implemented it. Fine. 1 second. Let's see. Actually, no. I'm not going to do it now because I know it every time I start a GameMaker game on top of what I'm running right now, it screws up my graphics card. Like, my monitor goes, and I'm afraid that my game's gonna also get borked. And I'm gonna lose all of this progress. Hey, if you want to impress the parents of the girl you're into, all you gotta do is walk up to their parents and say, omelette du fromage. And that's it. Oh shit, I've actually, I have just reached the end of the level, which means that I'm more than halfway done. All that is left. Make something complex but easy, like procedural Bezier curve generation. Okay, what I would actually want to do is... Okay, so get this. A paintbrush. And you paint vertices like a... You know, like with a paintbrush. Because then I can use this fucking thing in order to do it. So, basically, I need some sort of a script that would... You know, I don't even need to paint the actual thing. It's just I need to create these vertices by painting them, not by placing points. That would actually be killer. Like, that would be perfect. And I feel like a brush like that would not be too complicated to create. Okay, so I guess I can kind of start in reverse here. Explain again and better. Was that directed to me or someone in the chat room? so okay, so what I was talking about is right now I'm basically creating points for the entire mask that is supposed to like mask out the darkness. What I need is essentially, instead of using this, I need to come up with some kind of a brush. And I can select the size of the brush, and when I draw with the brush, it creates the vertices around the contour of basically where I place the thing. Right? But I can't use any of the game maker's pre-existing tools, because they're just not made for that kind of stuff. Like not tools, sorry, like too general. I can't use game maker's own like vertice arrangement algorithms because they don't fit. You know, it's not complex enough. I'd have to write my own. Yeah, that would be like, instead of doing this, doing one single at a time, just grab a paintbrush and say, oh, okay, well, you know, I need to paint this area and just paint all of this area. You know, make a brush smaller, paint it like this, and it's just basically figures out the triangulation for you. That would be boss. Let me maybe like make 3 more levels with this kind of lighting, and then I'll get tired of it and I'll make my own system. Yeah, so obviously that is indeed the case. Not all of the vertices should be used. I'd have to delete vertices, create vertices. I mean, I could probably somehow get it done with objects. My project would simplify the general placing of trackers. I have absolutely no doubt it is. And I will check that out as soon as I get a chance. Don't look at that area. That area is just bad. Oh man. Southpaw. You can't be throwing racial slurs on my channel. I'm not trying to enforce that sort of a community. What the fuck was up there? Okay, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. uh So, did McDonald's ever do the whole Szechuan sauce thing after the whole debacle with, you know, Rick and Morty? Just out of curiosity. Okay. Nope. Whoops. Gotta switch back. I swear to God, if there's an area that I forgot about. At this point, if there's an area that I forgot about, I might as well open your project and see what it's made of. Okay, let's see. So we got a giant blob of nothingness over there. Exit and the entrance to the cave. Got this area. What's over there? We've got this area. Nanomat Puff. We treat you right when the world treats you rough. Okay. I think I've actually covered this entire area. Just check the corners, all the edges. Beautiful. Oh, nope, I did not. Good thing I checked. Fucking hell, that would have been a disaster if I actually saved that. Maybe I should take a look at your system. Maybe I just about should. Get into the talk. What do I think? I just watch Rick and Morty for the sake of watching Rick and Morty. I don't really get into, like, the theories, and I haven't even watched season 3 yet. I'm waiting for the season to end so I could just, you know, watch it in a day. There's no other way to do it. Okay, so let me quickly check this system. The only place... So we're going down here, over here. My god, this level is huge. Okay. Up here. Up there. Yes, 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 yes. And over here. Okay. I haven't actually read most of the stuff in the chat about Rick and Morty. Specifically trying to avoid that. So, the magic moment. I'm going to press... Go over here. Let me delete all of this stuff here. I'm going to press P, which should save the file. And it's only 18 kilobytes. Holy shit. Wow. Oh, that is amazing. Oh my god, I found a new love for building vertices. Okay, so I'm going to now... So this is trial course 6. So let me compile. I know, it's like... I haven't... There was a thing. I think it was counting how many points it was. Hold on. I actually had that in the debugging thing. Let me see. It was about, I think, 400 something. 443 by the looks. Yeah, that was about right. Oh, wait. Yeah, 500 something points. 18 kilobytes. Damn, man. And it works. It's actually here. Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Hello! Alright. So now that this stuff is done, I can go ahead and smooth it out with these things. So now there's not going to be nearly as many light objects. I'm sure I can also write a piece of code that can trace the vertices and place all of these light objects along the lines of the vertices with a certain frequency. Now the question is, how exactly is it stored? What do you mean? Is there a big bad secret? Or is there some technical reason? Because I'm going to be putting it as an included file and loading it in that way. Nice. It actually even looks better than the previous version. And to be fair, the only levels where I have to do this are these levels, because most of the levels, these ambient levels, the levels where I need to showcase the background, anything atmospheric, because for the most levels I'm just setting the brightness of the ambient darkness to something like this, and the rest is just done with additive lights. So I place a light like this, and I up the ambience, so the blending mode, you know, pick a light, scale, put a color on that, you know, hue, saturation, value, and that's this. These are basically my lights that are supposed to be decorative, right? And there's a huge lamp up there, for example. This is the stuff that I usually do. All right, Pepe, thanks for dropping by. Was yes, the tracer was counting the vertices. And yeah, well, every time. Okay, so the tracer wasn't counted every vertex. The tracer was just there for snapping to the tracer. So there might have been a few more vertices there than I counted, because I did reuse tracers in order to place vertices. No, I guess I wasn't really counting how many vertices I'm creating. Oh man, I can't wait to play this level. Now we're kind of getting into the meat and gravy of this thing. Well, I mean, if you want it for yourself, go nuts. You know, figure it out. In my case, I just, you know, if it works, it works. You know, it's not really something that I'm too obsessed with. If there was some technical thing, some technical advantage, like a huge one, at this point, that would make a world of difference. I'm definitely start looking into that. For now, though, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Plus, besides this stuff, there's so much more that I have to do. I have to record vocals, voiceovers, write music, finish all of the other levels, because this is only there's quite a lot more levels that I have to polish. So put decorative objects all over the place, blah blah blah, you know, all that good stuff. Okay, this really does look a lot better than what I had before. It truly does. Alrighty. But if I missed a part of the map, what would I do? Probably make another buffer, to be honest. If it's a big map like this, freaking A. As I said, like, I'd probably need to just step on the rake once with the whole thing before I just legit, like, look at that, this line here. You know? I probably just need to kind of convince myself to implement a system. I mean, besides, if I do miss anything out, I can just put a light in there. Just like what I'm doing right now. Okay, let's address the tops now. I am also kind of on a time limit here with this project. I do need to get the demo and early access out as fast as possible. Beautiful. There we go. So instead of 2,000 lights, we now have 72 lights. Okay. Okay. And now I am going... I do want to actually just quickly check the save script. Why does... Do you by any chance know why does it put the number 42 in front of the name? Because that's not... here's the string. Well, here's the thing. So it asks me for the file name. So I say the name of the room, which, you know, is right here. It starts with room. And then it says plus, and add this stuff to it. Right? Actually, you're right. You're absolutely right. Because I'm still using the code that deactivates them, eh? I still use the code that deactivates the lights outside of the view, and those do not get saved. Okay, so... Ah, man. That means half of my lights that I just did not get saved. Son of a bitch. Oh well, live and learn. Live and learn. Oh yeah. So which ones did get saved? That tiny little patch of whatever I was. Oh, I didn't even load them up properly. Oh yeah, hold on. I also gotta do this. So, script build lights. So build lights, that, and I need this to come from trial course 6. Well, it does return every time I save the room, the ini file with the lights. So the ini file does it. I'm not sure why. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, tiny piece of shit sample. Ah. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Let me open up the script, save lights. See, here we go, get string. Save lights 4. And then I put the room. Okay, well that's actually used the variable name. Hold on. Where is it? It's somewhere over there. Okay, so I'll try that in a second. Here's what I need to do though. Saving plus string lights. So I need this instance number obj emb lights. So this will actually tell me how many lights are about to be saved, so that I know next time it doesn't mess it up. I see Southpaw is regretting some life decisions right about now. Alright, let's see. Let's do this again. This time with feelings. I do have a key command that specifically re-enables all of the lights. That I was using just especially for this occasion. At least that tiny little bit got saved. It's horrible. What the fuck? What's going on? I can't move the camera no more. Okay, so shift home. You're about to save 212 lights. It's exactly what I wanted to do. It feels good, man, but it feels bad, man. Reload. Yes. Okay, now I can recompile and go. Oh yeah, and I probably want to import this file into GameMaker Studio so that it would actually be a part of... It's not even the problem with Notepad. It's every program that's on top of GameMaker Studio, Photoshop, Notepad, just refuses to render properly. I don't know what is going on with that. But that is definitely a thing that I have to deal with. Okay, and also let me see if I can edit the thing, the saving script, with the one you told me to use. Okay, so string room. So room get name. Let's see if that works. Weirdly enough, ini files work with that. This one, not so much. I specifically try to minimize the amount of things I have to rename. And the thing is, I have Notepad C++. It's installed. I'm just not associating any files with it. Okay. Here we go. Let's try this out. So, P. P is not going to work because P is currently disabled. It's currently disabled because if I press O, all of that happens. So it's actually right up here. It only works if built vertices is equals to true. Or, no, never mind. It's down here. Yeah, only if built vertices is equals to true. So I can probably just get rid of this thing. Because it doesn't actually do anything. Or building vertices equals to false. Oh, it does do something. Okay. Alright, let's see about that naming thing. See if it saves it properly. P. Can't create buffer from empty vertex buffer. What? But you loaded the vertex buffer that I'm currently trying to save. So vbuff is loaded because I can see all the masks actually being present. Oh, I am, however, trying to do vertex and all that stuff here, so it's fine. I'll do this. This is just for debugging. When I press that key, regardless of this thing is, we're going to save this. No, not doing anything. Let's see if I can set it to you. Save buffer. Save create from vertex buffer. Buffer fixed. Buffer save. Save buffer. Should work. Okay. Hey! It actually worked. So I guess I'll just use that from this point on. Thanks, Jenko! You are a lifesaver. You also are a screensaver. I'm gonna get a Coke for a moment to celebrate this joyous occasion. God damn, it's hot up here. 2 goddamn computers. "40 seconds through." But that's impossible. Me no English. That's impossible. Yeah. It's weird because when I'm saving the ini file for all the light objects, it actually saves the actual name. So I'm not sure what the hell's going on there. So, you know, we're getting there. We are getting there. Okay, so what I need to do, beautiful. So how much have I done? Okay. Pardon me. Jenko, have you played Dark Souls by any chance? Couldn't get past the first boss. Oh man, I remember complaining about the first boss. I actually finished the entire game. You bet $1 that I used room or 1 rupee, whatever. Room get name. Let me see. Where was it? It's in the script. It's in the scripts. Maybe I did. Save lights. Did I? File delete. File exists. So file light is supposed to be string get, saving string instance number. Ambient light kit. No. Light file? That's get string, saving. Ah, I guess I did. Room get name. Huh, shit. Looks like you're right. Hey, check the ini file, they use room get name. So you said I can use paths in order to trace the outer lines of these vertices, right? You know what? If I had $1, I would totally fucking... In fact, when I get $1, I'm totally gonna fucking send it to you. Unfortunately, Patreon won't release the $2 that I'm living on right now until like the next month. Or maybe until I reach a certain amount, so, you know, haven't really gotten quite clear on that yet. I need a new path for each separate connected polygon. But my polygons are made out of triangles. So how do I know if a triangle is an outer triangle or if it's somewhere inside of the shape? That would be an interesting thing to figure out. Okay. What is the next atrocity? This one. The entrance. I know how I can make this process easier. All I have to do is just code in a hold mouse button and just keep reading just make sure that the closest light is like an X amount away from it. This will just make this entire process a lot easier automatically. It would basically be like drawing lights on. Nah, man. For 2 squares, I need 2 squares. You need 2 paths to trace them. Right, so it's easy just to say trace, but this is where the question of which function to use to determine whether a trace, whether it's following the vertice, and whether that vertice is inside or outside. Like, there's the one connection between 2 vertices that's right in the middle, slashes right through the center of the square. Right? How do you determine that? It's a world of wonder. Because you can easily have vertice 1 and 2 being outside vertices. Well, actually, all 3 vertices would be outside. It's the connection that we're interested in. Use a path to outline trace a shape. Right. So we use a path to outline and trace a shape, but it's going to be following the vertice path, right? So how do you make the path not follow the connection between the center? Like, shit, man, hold on. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Paint. Like, here's what I'm saying. So you have vertice 1, vertice 2, vertice 3. So you can trace this. That's a triangle. So what if you have vertice 1, 2, 3, and 4? So you have, technically you have 1, 2, 3, and unless you're using like the triangle strip, it's still gonna be 4, 5, 6. So you still have that thing, and this is, you know, if you're using triangles. So how do you make sure that this gets traced, but this one does not? Right? That is what I'm interested in. Unless there's an actual function that can that is intelligent, I'm not really sure how you can do that. Well, I guess... I know, I muted the mic for a second. There's kids in the background. Yelling and screaming and whatnot. Just kids being kids. Yeah. So, I'm talking about this. Tracing the outer edge of everything that is essentially white. And everything that's basically getting masked out. Yeah, I'm talking about the same thing. So, here. So let's say I have a mountain here. And I have another mountain over here. So the logic is, and pardon for the salute stuff, the logic is the mask is supposed to mask out all of this stuff. This is how my mask is basically built. Right? So it's triangulated stuff everywhere. Right? So this is the thing. If I have it follow the paths of all the tangents, it's also going to place a light here, a light there, along all of these lines, right? I need to somehow combine the entire shape and only place it along the edges. This is the vertex buffers, yes. So it'd probably be better if I actually use a separate. So two land, things, two land masses. This is how I was creating the mask, right? So triangle here, triangle here, triangle here, triangle here. Triangulate the entire piece, right? So now the time is to trace the edges and make sure that it places the light. So it's going to place a light here, 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 and it's going to go over here, right in the middle. Follow the lines. And it needs to ignore some of these things. Unless the buffer organizes these things. Triangulation of concave shapes with holes. There are general algorithms for this, which work in GMS. Okay, so that's interesting. I didn't even know it could do that. I think it sounds very, very familiar. I think at some point... Oh, 3D collisions in GameMaker Studio. They have to be used in the same system, right? Detecting detecting the general collision between a polygon that has like vertices at different positions. That has to be the same thing. And it's not easy indeed. Which is why after I did that tutorial on importing OBJ files into GameMaker Studio, after that I just kind of I tried to look into 3D collisions and I couldn't figure it out. It's probably very easy too, which is like the sad part. As in relatively easy, because somebody must have figured it out by now and made some resources public. Also, I know the mic is not working, I'm just muting it for the kids. Okay, so these are basically physics things. And yes, you indeed can't really do concave shapes with the physics mask. You know how Game Maker's physics in-game editor has a limit of how many points you can actually add to the physics mask. Any way to surpass that by any chance? Because as far as I've seen, even the code limits how many of these things you can actually create. Right? And you did in the project set. Okay. You know, I was debating on seeing if you can create a lighting system just for doing basically what I just did right now, using a shader. But essentially, I would set a background to be like a blue color, like a strong blue. And I would tell a shader to say anywhere that's blue, essentially brighten up. And then I would turn off the background and somehow have the shader still, you know, apply the effect. So maybe have the background on, sample the pixel, because it would basically still sample every single pixel on the entire screen. Sample the pixel, turn the background off, let the shader do its stuff, and apply the shader over like your application service. Shaders are fun. It's definitely a subject I want to look more into. Like 3D shaders. So I've only worked with pixel shaders up until this point. But there's a little trick that I learned from one of the guys on Twitter. If you use the vertex section on the shader, you can code in the three-dimensional object animation. You can code it to be quantized, so not follow every little fraction of its movement, but quantize it to a certain amount. And what happens is you get this really weird, janky looking animation that resembles old school like 3D animation, like Silent Hill 1, which was a really cool concept. Yeah, okay, let me see if I can find it. Quantize. Let's see. Like, I can either pull up Silent Hill 1, or I can pull up see if I can find this guy's GIF. So it's getting hot as balls in here. 2 computers running full power. Images. Really? Silent Hill 1. Oh man. Yeah. Vertex fragment shader. I wonder if you can search stuff. Hold on. So come on. Any day now. You'd like to actually return to the world of the living? Chrome. Okay. The boy shader. Ooh, I think I found it. Did I? Ah, man, bullseye. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so here, this is what the shader does. So it actually quantizes the positions of the vertices. So it makes it look like a retro 3-dimensional object. So this is really cool. Let me actually follow this guy again. I know. Like, the point when you realize vector shaders could actually make some impressive stuff. How much do you tell which vertices you want to animate, though? I want to see those blobby, shaky things. Here's the thing. I have figured out how to import 3D objects into GameMaker Studio. I have not figured out how to keep their animations. So I know I can animate an object in Maya and export it. But how to import it back into GameMaker? That is for now beyond me. Definitely be interesting. I mean, here's the thing. In Maya, you actually get to work on how much each joint affects each vertice. So that data is bound to be inside of the 3D object you're exporting. yeah, you know, any self-respecting program would really be equipped with the tool set. So unless you're talking, how do you tell which vertices you want to animate though? Like, I'm guessing that's what you meant, because in Unreal Engine the only way to animate a 3D object is by using an IK rig. Sorry, not the IK rig, just joints. The IK rig is optional. So yeah, I mean, unless you mean something else by how much you want to move each thing. You were talking about animating with shaders. No, I was talking about a lighting system with shaders. It just kind of overlapped because the subject matter is basically similar. What I was saying is a lighting system using shaders. Or in this particular case, how do you tell the mouth to only open and close, but the body dances? Well, that's the bone rig. That's exactly how. Like, you know what I'm talking about. In Blender, you if you know Blender, you gotta know what a bone rig does with the weights. That's exactly what was happening there. So he has a joint here, there. He has two joints that one goes up here, one goes down here. And he has, from the base, you get one joint coming up probably here, and one joint to the tip of that leaf too. And there's probably another joint coming from here to the tip of that leaf. Yes, you can, but I can imagine that it's probably going to be a huge bitch and a half. Like, you're most likely, if you want to animate something as complex as that, which technically is a complex rig, it's not as complex as some could be, but you probably would still have to come up with your own sort of system by creating some proprietary nodes that you can use. That's the jelly stuff you mean. What do you mean by the jelly stuff? That is what I don't understand. What do you mean by the jelly stuff? Because when I look at this, I don't see no jelly stuff. I just see the shader quantizing the X, Y, Z positions of each vertice, which makes it, you know, which doesn't make the animation precise. It just samples it to the nearest variable. Jelly grass. It's part of the mesh. Fun with Unity. Shaders, vertex animations. YouTube, fun with Unity. Let's see. Shaders, vertex animations. Let's see. Oh, shut up. Ah, that's what you meant by jelly. Okay, so... Okay, so it's not the same effect, but I'm guessing the principle of achieving it is basically, like, the idea is kind of the same. You can animate grass like this, oceans, pudding or whatever, that doesn't need superior precise movement. Yes, okay, that I agree with. Be right back, one moment. So here's actually a question, and I think I may have tried to ask it once. So you know how we basically just created a two-dimensional primitive with all these triangles. Excuse me, pardon me, cola. Can you do the same stuff with a 3D object without engaging the 3D camera functions? Because right now there's so much stuff that is linked to 3D, to my camera, to this camera, that if I try to switch the camera over to 3D functions, it's just not gonna be, it's gonna be hell on earth for this project. So I'm wondering if I can actually put in three-dimensional objects here using this, what basically I just did with the buffer. By default, the project's set to orthographic, so camera depth does nothing. So okay, so let's say, can you add the camera depth to the camera? Like all of the layers, like background layers, sprite layers, they're technically on the same plane. They're just in different depth. In different depth of rendering. Is that it? Or is there an actual XYZ value to all these backgrounds and tiles that are on different depths? That's just like a rendering layer. So what's rendering on top of? Yeah, I know. These are two different things. But here's the thing. If I'm going to enable the... Because I do kind of want to use the perspective on the camera so that you can actually see the object sides when you move to the side of the object, right? So I want to know if switching the camera to 3D would essentially bork out my my tiles and my backgrounds and all this parallax stuff that I'm doing. Let the graphics for their objects don't become smaller. Yes, that's what I'm saying, but I do need a little bit of perspective so that they do become smaller. Even though technically, because it's not about further objects becoming smaller, it's the stuff that's closer to the camera becoming a little bit bigger, right? It definitely would. Well, that's basically what I was afraid of. Okay, so if I do this, home, let's see, come on. That's only 22 lights, but if I do shift home, that's 821 lights. Okay, that's fine. I can work with this. For testing, it only requires setting the camera to perspective. Okay, let's assume that. So, see if basically that works. Also, I need to add a bunch of lights here. Yeah, so that's basically what I'm kind of afraid of, because if right now, since it's orthographic, not only like objects will basically be messed up, all my layers, because they're like hundreds of pixels away. So that's not going to work, I guess. That sucks. So let's do this. Okay, so now the lighting is done. In fact, I kind of want to add the, so Shift G, Like 4 seconds. I still need to fix this this freaking thing. Shift home. Okay. Yes. I like how I finished doing lightings. Sometimes it's inverted. Oh, that's a cool menu. You mean the lighting switch menu thing? For editing lights? Okay. Whoopsie. Wrong thing. Okay, here we go. Yep, reload. Well, this is kind of why I'm doing lights inside of the game, because, you know, every time you gotta edit something, compile, you know, exit, compile, it just takes forever. Alright, let's try it out. Get rid of this. You know, I can guarantee that I'm not going to get cold during winter. Alright? These two computers will warm up my room just fine. Now imagine using paths. You can draw paths over a room without running the game. Yeah, I feel like the more I'm working on this game, the more I'm making the tools that will allow me to create the game within the game. Seems to be a common trend with complex games. Alright, here we go. The performance is great. That's definitely a bonus. Oh yeah, and the reason I said... reason I asked you about... Oh no, I missed the spot. Okay. So, we'll re-enable the lights. Huh. Okay. Go ahead and save this. Okay. So let's continue. Don't you dare. I should really draw these dust particles below the light. So let me actually do that. My lighting is on layer depth 100. So if I go to object controller, create event, player particle, dust, wall dust, set depth of 101. So that should place it right below the lighting. Oh yeah, fuck, every fucking time I forget. Okay, so the reason asking about Dark Souls is because the atmosphere of this particular scene, I didn't realize it until I finished doing the backgrounds. I did not realize it, but the game, this atmosphere really looks like New Londo ruins of Dark Souls 1. So since you haven't reached that part, which is right after the first boss, this basically looks like the atmosphere of the New Londo ruins. It's insane. The amount of depth aerial perspective can actually do for you is mind-boggling. I should probably also, import this thing. Well, I mean, talking about 2D clone, the whole point of doing aerial perspective is the further items are in depth, the more washed out they are of the color of the background. So this is how you can define depth without actually making stuff far away. The things I learned in concept art. But building an atmosphere is one of my concerns in this game. Alright, let's do this, do that. Reload. Okay. Talking about Dark Souls. Yes. Beautiful. Move that away. Can't wait to write the music for this area. Now that the particles aren't sticking out of place. Whoops. Excuse me. Missed it. What? Oh man. Oh man, I can like barely reach that area now. Loser. Yes, Canadian English. Mother trucker, come on. Not bad. I'd say not bad at all. And this is the end of the level. this is basically where we enter. Let me also fix that flicker thing. It's just, it's far too rickety. RT, what was it? Amb light. As far as I know, this is the culprit. It's right here actually. So glitch. Basically, I need to get this out, put it in there. And put enough of a delay so that it doesn't mess up. Oh jeez, what's with the cancer of emojis? Okay, so that was probably that one thing that popped up on my screen. Okay, so if I place this thing here, it's technically working. It's still screwing up. It's still screwing up the VSync. I think I just can't I can't just flip the value. I need to gradually turning down. It can still be fast. Okay. Oh, you've awoken the beast. It's not South Paw anymore. It's the South Claw. Could it be my GPU? I mean, let's be fair. I'm not exactly rocking top-notch hardware here. I'm not even working on a monitor. It's actually a TV, so for all I know, it could be that. But still, I still need to change it, because it doesn't even look good. So if I'm gonna actually put it on my other screen, okay, so it doesn't screw up VSync on my actual monitor, but I should still figure it out. So glitch alpha, I need to not use glitch alpha. I need to TVs are meant for, I know, but you know, I have no money for a good monitor. I want to get one of those like color correction monitors, like the Dell ones. Those monitors are beastly. The refresh rate's 10 times slower. Yep. Doesn't even depict the colors properly. I have to like check the colors on the janky 15-inch or 18-inch monitor to my right. That and the pixel density is atrocious. I can barely see the text here. But I have to because Game Maker Studio 2 is unfreaking bearable on small screens. Alright, so if it's in a light, glitch equals 0. So basically, this is glitch alpha. I'll just say glitch follow. And in here, I'm going to say that as long as this is happening, if glitch alpha is below glitch follow glotch No, I'm not worrying about the transition. It's just the aesthetic. Everybody does their glitchy lights by putting the alpha of their light to a random variable. Nobody actually bothers to coding something that looks aesthetically better, right? So I just want to make something that looks a little bit better. So here's the thing. If it's above, I will say then glitch alpha multiply equals by 0.9. It's not going to be an even amount. I'm going to put a random thing there. So it could be 5 times, it could be 6, and they're not all going to be sequential. They're not all going to be flickering at the same exact time. The times between each flicker are going to vary. So right now, let's see what this looks like. Okay, here we go. 1, 6. So that's not doing what I wanted to do. Q. Oh yeah, because it's okay. So if it's above, if glitch alpha is below glitch follow, then for now let's say glitch alpha equals new Linkin Park album. Was that before or after the whole suicide thing for the main lead singer? I flickered the boogers. I flickered the flickers. Alright, here we go. I was dedicated to him. Okay. Okay, so it's not doing much here. Random range. So glitch follow is going to be random range between 0 and 1. So glitch on equals true. If glitch alpha is above glitch follow, which could be anywhere between one. Okay, so how about I'll set this to 30. Maybe it's just changing too quickly. Oh, speaking of which, App Game Kit got App Game Kit received VR and its own real-time shadows engine implemented into the engine, which is really cool. Which is something Game Maker Studio does not have, which you have to code yourself. Somebody made a VR thing for Game Maker Studio, but with the 3D shadows, that is just completely out of my mind. Was dedicated to him. So if I say glitch, okay, how about this? I'm going to, while this thing is doing that, I'm going to show debug message and please glitch follow plus string screwing. Okay. Should post another update on IndieDB. It's been a while, man. It's been a while. Far too while. Okay, let's see. Glitch follow. Yeah, it's random, all right. You can't sell games on itch. On itch.io, yeah. That is fine. Not really a huge problem, I guess. GJ. Game Jolt is limited to some countries. Okay. This game was greenlit on Steam. I mean, I might as well just start with Steam. You know? Okay, so the system is working. So if I say glitch alpha, and I actually read that, compile and do that, glitch alpha. The thing is, this game is heavily like narration driven. So this is why all the work on the atmosphere. I'm gonna have to make this game look as good as possible without the use of like normal shaders and that sort of stuff. Q. Okay, so for some reason it's actually getting reset, which is why I think it's not working. Oh yeah, never mind. It's because I left this thing on. Whoopsie! I have a GTX 750. It's still getting reset. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I get this, if I can get the game to work on this machine, it's gonna work anywhere. Okay, so somewhere out there, there's a piece of shit that keeps setting alpha, glitch alpha to be 1. Is that it? If editing is false. If editing is true, glitch alpha will be set to 1. So don't show this unless if it's editing. Now, glitch on. Glitch alpha. Get the best out of your hardware, man. So what is the problem? Random range. Glitch alpha equals to random range from 0 to 1. It's showing the variable properly here, but for some reason it's not. Okay, how about this? Let's show this debug message, not in the alarm code, but in the draw event. And for that matter, all the way at the end. So that I could see what the hell's going on. This is just a bunch of bullcrap. Oh man. When I get a whole bunch of money, I'm going to build myself a render farm for Maya. That is my dream, just rendering stuff without bothering with freaking render times are so slow sometimes. Oh man. Oh man. Well, you would only benefit from quad SLI graphics cards if the render engine you're using actually renders using your GPU. Because there's a lot of render engines that are gorgeous and they're still CPU based. They don't render stuff using GPU. Okay, so let's see. Aha! I fucking knew it. It keeps getting set to 1. I fucking knew it. Glitch alpha. So this, if editing is true. Actually, hold on. You know they had to release Titan X Pascal because the 1080 Ti was more powerful. So they're like, oh shit, we just insulted our entire Titan series base. We gotta, up those CUDA cores, give them a little juice, something, bragging rights. We accidentally made it a little bit more powerful than our most powerful freaking card. Okay, and do this. Okay, so it works. I think because I did not do it right, so... Glitch follow. So this excuse me. How is it my Wayholm project is more popular on IndieDB than Artag Rise? Exactly by half. And the only reason that's the case is because Artag Rise has 1 view today, and that's me, and Wayholm has 2 views today, and that's me and someone else. So there's your twice as more popular thing. Okay, let's see. So, and exit this thing. Good, it's actually working. It's actually working. And something tells me it was working all along. Telling you put it on popular platforms. I will put it on popular platforms when I have something to show. But then again, I could probably put it under development, and it's okay. I will put it on Game Jolt. for sure. Actually, when the demo comes out, I'm putting up the demo everywhere I can. Game Jolt, itch.io, post somewhere on Steam if I can, in the forums. EDB. Anywhere. You have no idea what to put on Game Jolt as versions 0.1. Oh god. But I need a narration before I can put stuff up. That's what I need. Ah, jeez. I can't look at the link that you sent me. Forbidden. You do not have access to this page. And there's the right link. Okay. Okay. Over 2 years ago. Sandbox play. Minecraft meets that Halloween font. Real classy. I see you're also a man of culture. 3.6 thousand plays. 10,000 views. That is really good. Check the first image I uploaded. So it's all the way to the right. Oh lord. The grid doesn't match the bricks. Okay, god damn, man. 155 followers for that game. Well, as I said, when I get the demo of the game, I will put up it up on these platforms. There's just, you know, I gotta impress with the story, the demo quest. I gotta impress, man. Okay, alright. Maybe I'll just go ahead and do that. IndieDB doesn't seem to be a good place to post games anymore. There's nobody like looks at your project. Can you embed videos into post updates on GameJolt? Okay, not bad. How about we'll up the stakes? We'll go 3. We'll go about maybe more like 10. On GameJolt you can, yeah. Okay, so when you look GameJolt versus IndieDB, right? By the looks of it, GameJolt is a lot better. By the looks of it. You created a simple community forum. Also a good thing, but how do you convince people to make another account on yet another forum just for your game? That is true. That is absolutely true. And I never heard them say that. I don't even know how the hell I discovered IndieDB. Huh. Okay, let me just get rid of that. Okay, I think that this particular light flicker is a lot more suitable than what I had before. Okay, so it's still on the Itchy platform, because that's what I'm saying. Where are you getting your viewers from? So Itch.io basically still delivers you the people, the meat. Itch is for quantity? Really? Wait, quantity of what? Are you talking about quantity of games because everybody uploads all kinds of shit there? Or are you talking about quantity of the user base? Because you did say that Itch got you 6 times the amount of feedback. I think that kind of works. Let's maybe increase this up to like 15. But responses are crap. So what do you mean responses are crap? Is it a bunch of 12-year-olds go, "This has no multiplayer. I put a 0 on it." Is that, are we talking about those kinds of responses, or we're just talking lack of communication from the user base? so man. Okay, so let's slow this down like to 30. I actually get feedback for devlogs on... Okay. Comments. Okay. Alright, good to know. So, Game Jolt's the way to go now. Man, what the fuck? It's so janky. I get screen tearing on both of my monitors because of that. And it's not even supposed to be that. The alarm event only gets executed once. It's like a create event. I'm only re-triggering it every 30 steps. Yes, because my game speed is set to 60, so this is half a second. So that is way too fast. So something else is going on here. So, if glitch on is true, this is where the glitch would take place. If it's false, it's going to either be on or it's going to be off. Let's see, maybe there's another thing somewhere down here. No, that's it, just drawing stuff. So what happens if I set this to 1 multiplied by room speed? I need a drink. These past days are just flashing by like this. All this development stuff. Taking away so much of my time. So much of my time. Okay. So that is weird. How about I say choose? Let's see. Technically, that is only supposed to fire once. Am I setting alarm 1 anywhere else in here? So there. Alarm 0. None of there, and that's it. Okay. Insert 6 GG. Okay, that is a clue. So oh, I see. Oh, I see. Fucking hell. It's stuck in a loop. So every time glitch follow becomes a large number, glitch alpha is a smaller number, and it returns true, and it says, okay, start multiplying. So it multiplies it, but it skips, and it stops being true here, and it starts being true here, which means that it says, okay, now glitch alpha is above glitch follow. Now we need to half the value. And it is stuck in an infinite loop, and that's why that was very shitty. So, how do I go about... Okay, so I know how to do this. So, alarm 1, and... where's the glitch follow thing? So this is the glitch follow. Glitch more less. We'll set this to none for starters. More or less. So in here, in the alarm 1, we're actually gonna say, after we set the glitch follow, we'll say if glitch alpha is below glitch follow, then we'll say glitch more or less glitch equals more. Else glitch more or less equals less. I feel deja vu. Vertex buffer. Oh yeah, the janky code. This thing is just getting stuck in an infinite loop. So I'll say if glitch more or less is equals to more, we'll do this. We'll rise. Let's see. If glitch alpha is less than glitch follow, so this has to be here. This has to be less. There's probably better math to do this, but if this works, then this works. There's always a better way to do things. Always. I should really bring this lamp up, like this. Insert. Let's pick a light, color, saturation, and do this. Oh yeah, and I should probably pick this to be back to like maybe 10, and this to not be choose but random range. If I want this stuff to work right, of course. Insert, up the thing, 1, scale, rotate, yes, and okay, it actually works. Might be up until 3 in the morning, but I'm doing it, goddammit. Right on. Still fixing those things. Fixing those objects. Oh, man. Okay, so I think that actually works pretty well. So I'm gonna quickly scoot over to the end of this level. Just get my touche in there. Yeah. For some reason, I want to try something. So I want to run the debug mode. But for some reason, GameMaker simply can't connect to the game it just compiled. You're making those adjustments for the models for your game, right? So you build a model in your 3D object, then you fracture it, and then you have to export it, right? Is that what you're doing? Oh wow, really? Now it actually connected? Or did it? Nope, no it did not. No connection to the game. Connecting to the game, no connection to the game. Yep. So right about now, I would really love to actually use the debugger. But I can't. GameMaker is refusing to connect to it. Are you supposed to flick some variable maybe? Like debugging mode equals on? Here, so if I move my game down, it constantly says no connection to the game, connection to the game. So I don't have any firewalls disabled. I've added the GameMaker Studio exe from the installation folder of GameMaker Studio to the exceptions and to the exceptions in the rules thing. So inbound and outgoing rules. Maybe there's an actual debugger, or maybe there's a client file that I also need to add to the exceptions. I have not found one. So right about now, the debugger would be extremely useful. Oopsie, that's not what I wanted to do. Check a firewall. First thing I did was ask me. It never did actually ask me for permission. I don't think so. Firewall. Windows Firewall and Advanced Security. So I'll close that. Okay, here we go. So connection security rules, monitoring, firewall. So inbound GameMaker Studio 2. Profile public, private. All of these are allowed. GameMaker Studio Runner. So what about firewall, Windows Firewall? Allow program through firewall. Let's see. So first of all, firewall itself is disabled. Because screw that noise. All disabled. Change notification settings. Yeah, that's fine. Allow program features. So I have, unless the service for the debugger is something different, as you can see, GameMaker Studio 2 and the runner are both in the exceptions. Allow programs to communicate through the firewall. Allow other programs. Maybe there's something else I gotta add from the GameMaker Studio folder. Maybe there's an actual debugger exe file. Maybe there's something else. GameMaker Studio 2. Okay, so if I go to C, Yo-Yo Games or GameMaker? GameMaker Studio, maybe the CF client. Nope. Apparently not. I don't know. Maker not asking firewall permission. Permissions, GameMaker Studio. Waiting for debugger to connect. Okay, there we go. I'm seeing some discussions. Start the game again. Okay, so play. And that's it. No questions asked. Close the debugger first. Wait, what? We didn't close it. Debugger is a part of the... Okay, so close this. So debugger's closed. And... Whoopsie. Go back. So I'll run the game with the debug button, compile thingy. So I'm looking through the manual. It says you may be prompted by Windows Firewall or any other firewall program that you run to create security exceptions for this module. Okay, so once again, yep, that's just the game. No prompt. No prompt. Let's see. Permissions. Yeah, like someone on Steam says, if I remember correctly, there should be a pop-up asking if you want your Windows Firewall to permit the debugger. Maybe you're selected no, mistakenly selected it. So, you know, if I selected no, then how do I unselect no? Why is the light flickering though? Which light? The thing, it says no connection to the game. If that's the light you're talking about. Like if I move my mouse over, I'm not sure if OBS... Yeah, OBS should be able to capture that. It's just behind my camera. It reads no connection to the game. Even when the game is there. And I posted this on the forum and I got the exact same comment. Check your firewall, man. I did. Created all the exceptions. Try enabling my... Okay, maybe... Firewall. Oh, firewall. I'm going to enable my firewall. Turn on the firewall. Turn on the public networks. Close. Hold on, did I? Sorry, I gotta press debug. Gotta run that shit, man. There's gonna be so many problems there. So many problems. Problems. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Start Windows, attempting to set game. Hey! Will you look at that? So even when firewall is disabled, it's still enabled. Okay. Do we have connection? Do we have connection? Do we have connection? Yeah. Same shit, different toilet. Now let me try rerun this thing. I don't even know. This is why I gotta debug using draw events and whatnots. And nada. Yep, it doesn't work. It's a piece of shit is what it is. So what did I add to the exceptions? Game Maker Studio, Game Maker Studio 2, Game Maker Studio 2. Same stuff basically. Absolutely nothing different. Okay, so if I disable it now... fuck it. I'll work without it. I've done it before and I can do it again. I never learned how to work with the debugger anyways. It's not going to become a hindrance now. I never use the debugger. Like, never. Ever. I never learned how to freaking make the variables show while the game is running. Never figured out how to... fuck it. Whatever. Whatever. If I never learn how to work with it, it's not a big loss now. Yep, still no connection. So, fuck it. Let me go to that end of the level and see what those lights look like. Yep. So this area, kind of need to move some of these lights over a little bit. Got any specific AV? No antiviruses, no firewalls, no nothing. Just vanilla Windows. Absolutely nothing. No Nortons, no Kaspersky's, no nothing. Took a nice hot shower. Yay! And this is going to be a lesson for me to do the lighting right in the first place. Web helper has stopped working. I don't know what that's for. Could be someone spying on me. Oh. No, you motherfucker. Fell off. We got it. We got it. Not sure what's with the performance there. Haven't seen this stuff before. Although it could be it's the docs process, since it creates a local server. So was that related to GameMaker, or was that just a random thing? Because if it's related to GameMaker, then that's my problem. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. As far as I remember, I did not implement the code that destroys the data structures. So I think I've been having memory leaks all this time with every single compile. Okay, so that might be the problem. That thing crashing just might be the problem. So here's what I'm gonna do. Ambient, light, kit, master. In the cleanup event, we are going to buffer or vertex buffer, vertex delete buffer, and then we will do buffer delete, because we have two of them, and this is gonna be on cleanup. So 127.001 for docs 2. Oh, local. Wait, what? It's for local documentation. Yeah, okay, so that's basically the address I get here. 127. Oh, wait. So does that mean documentation is not available anymore? Yeah. There's my documentation. Great. Well, it sounds like it's time to reboot my computer, because it has been a while. Vertex buffer and format. So where's the other one? It was in the script. In the script called build lights mask buffer. So this buffer is called loaded buffer. I will delete that too, but first I need to ask buffer exists. So delete only if it exists, because if we are creating lights in a new level, we don't need this. Buffer exists. Loaded buffer. If, then do that. Okay, so how about this? I'm going to reboot my computer, go grab my drink. In the meantime, I'm also going to kind of shut down the HD PVR for a second, let it cool down a bit. In fact, it has been 3 hours since I've been doing this stream, so I'm gonna actually end the stream altogether and just make a new video. One note is, since I'm using restreaming, you can't stay in the same live view or in the same live stream page, because when I start a new live stream page using the system that I use, it's going to create a brand new page. So you have to basically go back to my YouTube channel and see that I'm live and use that. So give me maybe like 30 minutes. I'll just cool some stuff down, because I know HD PVR is not having a good day. And I'll come right back. BRB. Post it on GMC. Post what? The debugging stuff, or you mean the update on the live stream? Same goes for chat, by the way. The chat just stops working as soon as I stop the stream. Link. Okay, got it. Sounds good. Be right back.